So I want to say thank you for making it this far. I wanted to share this video. This one is going to be specifically on the actual process of what foreclosure can look like here in Arizona. The point of it is to help you understand how that looks, where in the process you might lie with what you're going through. Also, understanding timelines, dates, and all the important things that come with going through this issue with the bank. And as always, I'll say that I am not a legal professional. I am not a lawyer. I am knowledgeable in this space and I've helped families before. But if you are seeking that type of advice, please seek out a lawyer, seek out a legal professional. I share just what I know and the knowledge in the space. With that being said, I will be going over some topics and the process of how foreclosure looks, important guidelines, and important things you should know if you're going through the foreclosure, um, timelines, dates, things you should be receiving in the mail, legal jargon that lenders are required to go through as well. So let's jump into it, guys. And now I want to show you what this process is going to look like and some of the steps and timelines that you should be aware of. So off the bat, we're going to start with the 90-day notice period. What this means is that legally in the state of Arizona, they are not able to foreclose on your property in the first 90 days of it. Now, that's not to say that you can't be noticed, that people aren't going to show up to your door. That's going to happen. But legally, they cannot take the property away from you. Now, contrary to that, though, let's say the 91st day comes, you have done nothing to mend the issue, to figure out what you're planning to do, to, again, come to an agreement with your bank. That 91st day, if you decided not to do anything and wait, technically and legally, the bank can seize the property from you. Next, we have the second thing would be the demand letter. This is important to keep in the back of your mind and know this process. Now, it's not required by them, but it's something that you can request here in Arizona. And it basically lets you as the homeowner, your address that you are going through this. And this helps you understand the timeline. You actually physically receive something from your bank. And this also helps you understand what timeline you have for a reinstatement period, and we'll jump into what that means as well. Number 3, we have what is the statement of breach. Now, this is a document that's signed by your lender or an authorized other trustee. This basically details what the amount default is, also notifies other junior lien holders that are on the property as well that this is going through a sale. This is important to know just so you understand the timelines that the banks are also going to have to follow. And then the next thing we have is number 4 would be to know is the military affidavit. Now, affidavit is just a legal jargon for a document, right? And active military members that are also going through foreclosure, they are entitled to a bit more protection and extra notice. So if this is you, make sure that you're aware that you can receive this. Not to say that it's a different process, but you are able to get more protections because you are an active military service man or woman. Fifth thing that we have that is very important to know is the substitution of trustee. Now, think of a trustee as a third party. They are neutral in the foreclosure. So you have yourself, you have the bank, and then you have the trustee. The bank hires a trustee. Now, if there's a substitution of that trustee, all parties that are involved in the foreclosure, meaning yourself, meaning the lender, any other junior lien holders, they all have to be legally notified. So that also can help you with time as far as getting more time during this process. So just keep this in mind. If that trustee is changed, everybody that's involved in this process needs to be notified. Next, we have what is the notice of sale. This is 100% one of the most important things. This document is what actually schedules the foreclosure. It gives it a time, a date, the location, the actual legal description of the property. This has all the information you're going to need to know what's happening with the sale. Typically, this gets certified mailed to you, and you should get it. If you do not, you need to request this. Now, number 7, right, it just goes over the timelines to receive the certified mail. For the statement of breach and the notice of sale, it should be within 5 and 30 days. So make sure that if you did get notified you're having a foreclosure, that you can have these timelines. And legally here in Arizona, they need to be followed. So just important timelines, 5 and 30 days to receive certified mail from your lender. After the mail, we have number 8, which is the public notice. Now, this lets the county, the public, the courthouses, everybody know that the property itself is going up for auction. This is also how some of these home buyers, investors, other realtors, really just anybody interested in your property because it's going through an auction or foreclosure, this is actually how they get notified. I'm sure a lot of you are getting phone calls from others or people showing up to your door. This is why, because your home is being shown to the public that you're having this issue with the bank, and it's all because it's just public data. So they legally have to notify that your home is having a foreclosure. After the public notice, we see that number 9 is one of the most also important ones, is the reinstatement period. What this means is that you, as the person going through foreclosure, the homeowner, you have a chance to reinstate your loan. And that basically says that you have the chance to catch up whatever's owed to the bank. So in this case, let's do an example. If I owe $30,000 to the bank and I'm having a foreclosure, up until the very last business day of the auction, I can pay that $30,000 back and cancel the foreclosure. Now, if it goes over that date, then I ran out of time. That's why it's very important to make sure that you don't wait to the last minute. A lot of times we've helped families in the past reinstate their loan and just by a couple hours, but like I said, you're able to save your property. Again, reinstatement is crucial. It's crucial to understand the timeline. They really give you up into that last business day of the auction. I've seen it where people save it hours before that last business day, literally the final day, but it's 100% works. You just have to be proactive. So number 10, we have the actual sale of the property. This is what happens at the auction. Usually the trustee, that third party, they conduct the sale. They often give it to the highest bidder. That usually the bidding price is what's owed to the bank. They're usually trying to get what's just owed to them, nothing more. Occasionally they get what's owed more, but that's typically where they start. Keep in mind that these guys that are buying homes, which I hope does not happen to you, but they do, they typically buy all cash. They bring cash to these auctions, these public auctions. Now, number 11, we have the transfer of the trustee's deed upon sale. This is what happens after the auction. So 7 business days after someone has bought the home from foreclosure, the deed gets transferred to their name. Now, keep in mind, I want you to remember, this is a non-judicial foreclosure because that's what the state of Arizona is. Now, what that means is after the sale, so we have a reinstatement period, yes, but there is no right to redemption, meaning that after the property has been sold, you as the person that has been foreclosed on have no chance to redeem the property after then. So I just want you to keep in mind, that's why we stress understanding the timelines and the process of how this looks, so you're aware of everything you can do in your power to figure out some kind of solution to this situation. Now, the last thing I'll say is, in conclusion, is waiting for foreclosure only just makes things worse. You really don't have time on your side, and the longer that you think you can figure this out, the more you're just shooting yourself in the foot, and your options become limited. Also, keep in mind there's fees and interest that come into this from the loans, from the lender's side, that they typically like to charge you as the foreclosee. So don't wait. It's just going to cost you more. It also can, if it does happen, it can ruin your credit. So it can affect you purchasing or looking to purchase a home after your home gets foreclosed on. There are solutions out there, right? I mean, really only if you act fast. Keep in mind that these are things you have to be proactive with this. Okay, a lot of times I see with the families that we help is that they think they have so much time, or they don't understand what's going on, that they don't understand the time, that they wait to the very last moment and they lose their home, when if you were proactive, found what exactly you needed for your situation, there was a solution out there for you. So I say this to say that be proactive, understand your rights, understand your options, and make sure you're working with a trusted individual that can at least guide you or give you the knowledge and let you make the best educated decision for you and your family.